Most people know Babylon as a biblical name, a symbol of pride and downfall. But what if I told you it was once the center of the ancient world, a city of breathtaking grandeur and unmatched intellect? We hear plenty about Rome and Greece, but Babylon? It barely gets a footnote in the textbooks. And yet, in its time, Babylon was the beating heart of a world-changing civilization. So let's turn back the sands of time and uncover the truth behind one of the most powerful and misunderstood empires in history. Where does our image of Babylon come from? Much of it is filtered through Greek and biblical perspectives, often hostile, often wrong. In fact, even the famous Tower of Babel is likely a reference to the city's great ziggurat, Etemenanke, a massive temple tower that stood at the city's heart. Babylon began humbly, just a small Akkadian town on the Euphrates. But by the time of Hammurabi, in the 18th century BCE, it had become a force of nature. Hammurabi was no ordinary ruler. He was a strategist, a builder, and a lawmaker. His famous code was one of the earliest legal systems, engraved in stone, covering everything from trade to justice. His laws were strict, yes, but they were also revolutionary. For the first time, law was made public, written in stone. No secrets, no priestly gatekeepers. It was civilization in writing. Under Hammurabi, Babylon unified Mesopotamia. He fortified the city, improved canals and roads, and established Babylon as a hub of power and order. But empires rise and empires stumble. After Hammurabi's death, Babylon declined. It fell to the Hittites, then to the Kassites. Yet through each change in ruler, the city endured, rebuilt, reimagined, and reborn. By the 7th century BCE, Babylon was back, and this time it was legendary. King Nabopolassar and his son Nebuchadnezzar II led a national revival. They overthrew the Assyrian Empire and launched Babylon into a new golden age. Nebuchadnezzar wasn't just a conqueror, he was an architect of dreams. He rebuilt the ziggurat, erected dazzling temples, and constructed the Ishtar Gate, a towering entrance of blue-glazed bricks adorned with lions and dragons. Babylon became a marvel. It's said that the Hanging Gardens, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, were built in Babylon to ease the homesickness of Nebuchadnezzar's wife. Whether myth or truth, the image stuck. Babylon as paradise. The city wasn't just beautiful, it was smart. Babylonian astronomers mapped the stars with mathematical precision. They tracked lunar cycles, predicted eclipses, and even laid the groundwork for our 60-minute hour and 360-degree circle. Their libraries held thousands of clay tablets, knowledge encoded in cuneiform, from medicine to mathematics. Babylon didn't just conquer, it calculated. But as always, power invites envy. And Babylon's greatest threat came from the east, Persia. In 539 BCE, Cyrus the Great approached the city, but there was no siege, no destruction. According to records, Babylon opened its gates. The priests welcomed Cyrus. The city, ever practical, chose survival over resistance. Cyrus respected Babylon's customs. He worshipped in their temples. He called himself King of Babylon and kept the city intact. But Babylon had passed its peak. Over time, new empires rose. Alexander the Great dreamed of making Babylon his capital, but died before that dream could take root. The city faded, abandoned, swallowed by time and dust. But its legacy, it lived on. The word Babylon still echoes through history, in religion, in myth, in architecture, and in language. It was a city that embodied human ambition, for better and worse. A place where science met spirit and stone met sky. This was not just a story of bricks and kings. This was Babylon, the empire that shaped the world, then vanished into legend.